Today's lesson with the online driving school is moving off and stopping. You may find that you will benefit more on this lesson if you've already watched the free controls lesson. On this lesson we'll be covering the basics of how to move off from the side of the road, how to take up a normal driving position in the road, and how to park at the side of the road, all safely and in control. We'll be explaining and demonstrating every step of the way which controls to use, how to use those controls, and also when to use them. Progressively, as you become more confident, we'll move on to more advanced techniques to help you become a more natural driver. So, let's begin the lesson. Once you've made yourself comfortable in the car, adjust your mirrors and put your seatbelt on. Now check that the handbrake is on and the gear lever is in neutral. We do this because in a few moments we will be starting the car engine. If we are in gear and the handbrake is not fully on, the car may jump forward when we turn the ignition key or press the engine start button. You can now start the car engine. There's no need to have any feet on any of the pedals at this point. Turn the key as far as it will turn, and when the engine starts, just release it. Sometimes the key may not turn. This is only because the steering lock is applied. Simply waggle the steering wheel left to right a few times as you turn the key. We now need to prepare ourselves for moving away. We begin with our left foot on the clutch pedal. That's the left hand pedal. Push it all the way down and then keep it down. Next, we need to select first gear, so move the gear lever with your left hand towards the left and then simply push forward. Now, with your right foot, gently press the gas pedal. That's the one on the right that most people call the accelerator. You're looking at the sound of the engine just rising very slightly. Don't be afraid of having a few gentle dabs on the gas pedal just to get the feel of it. The aim is to get the needle on the rev counter somewhere between 1200 revs per minute and 1500 revs per minute. We now need to go back to the clutch and find the biting point. So, we slowly start to bring the clutch pedal up about halfway. As you come to biting point, you'll notice a number of things starting to happen. The bonnet of your car may rise slightly and the tone of the engine may change. The needle on the rev counter will drop slightly. When you feel this happening, put the clutch pedal back down only about the thickness of a pound coin. We've now got the car prepared for moving away. But before we do move away, we need to do our observations. We need to carry out what we call a 6-point check. We call it this because it helps to remind us of the 6 areas we need to observe to see if it's safe to move off or not. We start by checking the blind spot over our left shoulder. We then check the near side left-hand door mirror. Now we check the main interior rearview mirror. Now we check the driver's offside mirror. Next, the blind spot over our right shoulder. And finally, the road ahead. Whilst carrying out our 6-point check, we need to also consider giving a right-hand signal to show our intentions for moving off. If you have traffic coming from behind, do not give a moving off signal, as it may give the impression that you're going to pull out in front of them. A right hand moving off signal is only required if pedestrians and other road users would benefit from it. Having decided it's safe to move away, we can now release the handbrake and bring the clutch back up the width of the £1 coin. Put your left hand back to the steering wheel and have a final check over your right hand shoulder. As you do all this, your car will very slowly start to move away. Start to steer away from the curb and bring the clutch pedal up the rest of the way nice and smoothly. Now just rest your left foot on the floor. We're looking for a position about a metre from the curb. You're now doing just two things. You're steering the car where you want it to go, and you're controlling the speed of the car with the gas pedal. The speed we're looking for is about 10 to 15 miles per hour. When using the steering and the gas, try using gentle progressive movements. We now need to know how to stop the car in a parked position at the side of the road. This is where we use the MSM, Mirror Signal Maneuver Routine. First of all, check your main interior mirror. And because we're going to move to the left and park the car, we need to also check our left-hand door mirror. Give a left-hand signal if necessary. Then, if it is safe, gently ease the pressure off the gas pedal. Steer slightly towards the curb. And very gently start to brake. Put the clutch pedal all the way down and keep it down. Correct the steering to avoid touching the curb. We're looking at parking around 6 to 9 inches from the curb. Once the car has stopped, keep both your feet still. Now apply your handbrake firmly and select neutral. Cancel your signal if you've given one. And finally take your feet away from the pedals and rest them on the floor. Now you can smile, compliment yourself, and most of all, relax. You've just had your first on the road online driving lesson. The purpose of this lesson, moving off and stopping, is to give you a basic understanding of car control. Keep practicing what you've covered on this lesson. You'll probably also be thinking what to do next. If you look through the video lessons on our website, you'll see there's a huge choice. The next lessons you should consider taking are the following: turning left and right from a major road to a minor road, emerging from a minor road onto a major road, the use of gears, and of course, steering. Most of these exercises also include instruction on the use of signals and also mirrors. We'll look forward to seeing you on your next lesson.